On Texas football here at Cocoa High in the Sunshine State on the Space Coast, talking to Javion Hilson. I call you 4-star plus, right? That means you're top 50 prospect in America. 4-star, 5-star, whatever.
Yes, sir.
You're a 5-star, right?
Yes, sir. On Rivals, yeah.
I'm right.
Yes, sir.
So, Javion, I guess first off, you were at the Texas-Georgia game. You were there. You went to Texas for an official, but this was your first game day visit.
Yes, sir.
What was your takeaways? What was that like?
It was a crazy, experience. Because last time I went to Texas, it was like, July for like an OV and stuff. And I really didn't get to see like the game atmosphere and stuff. But actually, when I went there for the atmosphere, it was a lot of fans going crazy. Me looking at the defensive line, looking at true freshman Colin Simmons. How he was getting after the QB and stuff. And Anthony Hill, the number 0, the linebacker. He a dog too. And I just love visualize myself in that scheme. Me and Coach PK, that's the DN coach. Me and him got a strong relationship. He been recruiting me ever since my junior year.
So kids look at games different, right? Because fans are like, oh, win, loss. But y'all look at it a little bit different.
Yes, sir.
What impressed you about Texas that night, even though they didn't come out victorious?
Right. It's just like, because, offense really ain't, couldn't really score like that. But the defensive side, me as a defensive player, I'm just looking at the defensive line, how everybody communicating and talking. And, everybody don't have their head down. They just, to the next play. They don't care about the scoreboard and none of that. They just kept fighting hard and making big time stops.
Talk about that relationship with PK. What is it you like about PK? I think Kenny Baker's recruiting you as well, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is it you like about those guys?
I just like how they keep it like simple and real with me. Other schools, they're just trying to, talk my head off and just trying to check up on me and stuff, and not really ask me how my life going. But see, with Texas, they be checking on me like every week. We get on a FaceTime call and talk, and we'll actually watch film. We talk about ball a lot because they know I like to watch film a lot. That's all we be talking about, ball, and how they would use me in their system and stuff, defensive scheme wise.
So did last weekend help Texas with you?
Yes, sir. No, definitely did. Big time a lot.
What was it like just being around the university, man? I mean, around that game day, because that was pretty wild being there. So what was that like for you as a recruit?
It was like amazing. Cause I ain't really seen no atmosphere like that, especially like an SEC school. That was like really one of my first games. I've been to Florida before, but that beat Florida. Like a big atmosphere. I just love like the fans and the culture. They treat me like family there.
Have you talked to any players at Texas? Anybody you keep in contact with or talk to?
Yeah, I talked to Zeno. And I talked to Zena, and I talked to Colin Simmons. Yeah.
What did they say about their experience at Texas?
Colin Simmons, he was telling me like, how he first got here. He had to learn like the playbook and all that, and guys ahead of him, they kind of took him underneath his wing and stuff. He just was studying the playbook, and he kind of could connect, and you see what he's doing now. He dominating, and
So you're one of the top edge prospects in the country.
Yes, sir.
You got a big decision coming up December 4th, but before you get to that decision, where else are you going to go see? You got a couple of official visits coming up.
Yes, sir. So after Texas, I'll be at Texas A&M. After that, I'll be at Syracuse, and that's it.
Have you been to either one of those campuses before?
Yes, sir. I went to Syracuse. It was the spring game. So it was a spring game.
Okay.
Yeah, in April, and I went to Texas A&M like in July. Sometime in July.
Okay, you went in July.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Okay. So, kind of, what are your thoughts on A&M going into that business?
A&M, I just want to see I actually went there for a practice. I just want to see how their game experience is, kind of similar to how Texas was, and see how how they would use me in their scheme and stuff. Yes, sir.
What about Syracuse?
Same thing with Syracuse. I seen like they spring practice and game. I seen how they move around. They got a lot of good ends like Diggs and stuff. Diggs, a former player that was at Texas A&M. Yes, sir.
What is it you're really looking for, man? When it comes down to it, what is going to put a school over the top for you?
I just say like recruitment wise and like the relationship and like how they'll use me in their scheme, and so I don't care about NIL and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I just say like recruitment and relationship and like really the bond and like the always the school academics too.
Who's the player you kind of pattern yourself after right now? Who do you watch? Say, all right, man, I take a lot. I'm learning a lot from that guy.
Yes, it's like a lot of guys. I say like T.J. Watt. I like how he pass rush. Get out of the QB, how he could bend. Use his hands, and I like Gerry. He's a pass rusher and he could stop the run too. I like a lot of guys like that, like Von Miller. Some guy like kind of build as me, fast and twitchy. It could drop in coverage and everything like that.
So growing up in Cocoa. Last question on Texas. University of Texas is a school that you hear much about in Cocoa, right?
Yes, sir.
When did Texas get on your radar, and what made them be on your radar?
So like, let me see. I think it was like the third week of the season, my last year, my junior year. After we played St. Thomas, Quine, they cheated us bad. But yeah, we won that game, by the way. But yeah, so after that game, I think I was playing against some celebrity's son. I think it was like Rick Ross. I had a sack on him. I had a sack on him. I had like a few hurries on him. And after that game, when I went crazy, that's when they had called my phone. Coach PK at the same time called my phone. And he said, Javion Hilson will go off you. And stuff. I love your film. I love how you get out of the QB, and I love how you start to run and stuff.
What did you know about Texas before you ever went to visit?
I knew they was an upcoming school. I know they was like probably in the Big 12, right? Yeah, they was in the Big 12 then before they moved to the SEC. I know they was like, coming up and stuff.
So, okay, let's get to you as a player. If we pop on that senior video, you have a 4-game highlight huddle up for the people that are going to, the 10,000s that are going to watch this. You can go to just search Javion Hilson on Google and his huddle will pop up. If we turn on your huddle, what is it you do really well?
Especially you always gotta have a person that can get off the ball, violent, can use his hands. Can start the run. Got to start the run first. The pass rush. Third and down. It's always a passing down. He can. He can get off the ball, use his hands very well. Can chase the QB sideline to sideline. You can just be dominant and very violent and disruptive in the backfield.
My next question, the easy answer is everything. But what do you have? What is an area too you think you really need to improve on? Because you're a December graduate.
Right.
College football is coming fast.
Yes, sir. I say like really I could improve on. My run game like started like improving a lot. I say like working on the counter, coming out with a counter and stuff. Cause I've beaten guys with my speed and stuff like a lot. And I say like working on the counter. I say like gaining more ground a little bit. There's a lot of stuff I could work on. Yes, sir.
Yeah. When you visited Texas, what has Kenny Baker told you about? Because he's a pass rush coach at Texas. What have you and him talked about?
We talked about we talked about a lot of things. He was like, man, we'd love to have you, man. You fit this defensive scheme. Like we need you here. He's just been like staying on me like a lot and stuff.
So what do you think the most important aspect is to really maximizing your talent? Because you're blessed with a lot of talent. You're one of the top prospects in the country. What's the keys for you to maximizing that talent?
Just keep working, just staying humble and, not letting outside noise get to me. That's what I've been doing, just staying humble and, just keep working because job not done yet.
So film study, most kids don't get into film study until college when they have to.
Yes, sir.
Hit you in the face.
Yes, sir.
I heard you're the opposite.
Yes, sir.
When did you get into film study and when did you understand how important that was?
I said like cause I ain't go here my 10th grade, my 9th grade year. I went here my 10th grade year. That's when I had transferred from the school down there. I ain't gonna say the name, but cause like we got a linebacker coach. He played defensive end too. James Folsom Sr. Yep. He kind of took me underneath his wing his wing when I first got here and stuff. And he been preaching to me. He was like he gave back and stuff. He was like how film is like important and stuff. That's how he made plays on the field and stuff. He developed me a lot. His son too, James Folsom Jr. Yep. He developed me a lot and stuff. That's how I am now.
What is it you love about football?
I love the passion. I actually got a lot of anger issues, I just take my anger out on the field and then, it's like a relief and stuff, take it all out and, just beat people up, get to the QB.
What's your ultimate goal in football?
Win state, gotta win state, gotta go on that three-peat. Yes, we went back-to-back last year, gotta go on the three-peat, just all about leaving my legacy here. Yeah. Yes, sir.
If I were to talk to you again when you're 30. Yes,
sir.
What would make a successful career for you?
He was a coachable kid, very, very, dominate on the field. He was just very, just run to every play.
You're very focused. I'm waiting on NFL.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that ultimate goal, what is it for you?
Say it again.
What's your ultimate goal in this game? Is it NFL?
Oh yeah, no, definitely is.
Pro in the NFL?
No, definitely is.
Is it like what is it?
No, it's definitely make it to the NFL. Definitely got to win me a Super Bowl in the NFL. Got to, winning like the most, like winning the MVP. Got to.
I asked you about 30.
Yes, sir.
Well, if I saw you when you're 50, I don't think I'd be alive. 50, okay, but let's just say I was. What would be the best thing people could say about Javion Hilson?
He was a crazy defensive end. He was up there with Von Miller, them guys like Miles Garrett. He gave back a lot to his community and stuff, and he was a good athlete. One of the best in the NFL.
So you're a rare guy, not talking about where you're committed. You've been committed to an out-of-state school. You've been committed to an in-state school. But things happen. A coach retired. Things happen in recruiting.
Yes, sir.
What has been the out-of-state appeal for you at times during this process?
Out of state, it really haven't been like no out of state for me and stuff. I feel comfortable like anywhere I go to, cause I know I can fit in like the schemes that everybody have. I could drop in coverage, can rush the passer, can do it all. You know, anywhere that they want me to play, I can play. They help my team.
Do you know what you want to major in or study in college?
Oh yes, sir. Sports management.
Sports management.
Yes, sir.
What's the goal with that?
You know, actually,
you want to be conducting interviews or talking about it on TV one day? Or
yeah,
what?
that too. But I kind of want to become like a college coach too. After I retire from the NFL, I want to be a coach.
Okay, that's all. Well, how long have you wanted to do that?
Ever since last year. Okay. Yes, sir. Cause like my coach James Foster Sr. that I've been telling you about. You know, I see how he gave back his time. He played in the league for 8 years with the Raiders, and I see what he did. How I'm playing now is because of him. So I want to do the same thing. Give back.
Has football always been your sport?
Yes, sir. Football, basketball, wrestling. I wrestled my freshman year. I did basketball freshman year too.
Okay, but it's always been football.
Yes, sir.
Because you know how many guys are basketball transition to football?
Yeah,
tall,
basketball's too soft for me. Yeah, too soft.
If I see you in a couple of years, what do you think that frame's gonna look like? What do you think you'll?
Definitely. I say you see me in 2 years, I'll be like probably like 260.
What are you right now?
Right now I'm 238.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
About 260 playing weight.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And last thing on Texas, and we'll get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Steve Sarkisian. What are your thoughts on Coach Sark? What's that relationship like?
It's a dope relationship. You know, ever since I went there for my OV, you know, he been kind of like a father figure with me and stuff, checking about me, and you know, basically doing the same thing what all the other coaches doing. You know, stand on me and say, "We need you here. You fit this place, and we would love to have you here." All
right, that's Javion Hilson. 4-star plus 5-star. What a edge. You know, everybody ranks guys different.
Yeah.
Edge at Cocoa High. Thank you very much, Javion.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.